Surprised you know. Is this really blood?
Oh,
Oh.
welcome back to another episode of Blerd Up Reacts, where we watch and react to the latest and greatest in movie, TV, and gaming. Of course, we are your hosts. I am Killer Cam,
And I'm Monique.
and I've been waiting all week because last episode was off the chain. First
Yeah.
things first.
Mm-hmm.
The Dora Milaje have jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje may find themselves to be. How
Right.
powerful of a moment was that?
I mean, it was by far one of the best, if not the best, moments in MCU history so far.
Yeah.
It may not be for you guys, but I love me some Dora Milaje and some Black Panther and some Wakanda. So for
Yeah.
me, that was my moment.
You know, they had to do like my friend from New Orleans came, like they had to come and flex on them hoes because they was like, Bucky, your arm is ours. You ain't know we could take that back. They was like, John Walker, that shield ain't yours. We can
Mm-hmm.
take it back, but you know what? We're not going to because we know it's going to end up where it belongs anyway. And I thought that that scene really spoke to the, how do I want to say it, the patience of Black women,
Mm-hmm.
specifically ones in power, because it's like, Bucky, we gave you, like, you shouldn't even broke Zemo ass out in the first place. That's number one.
Right.
We fixed you. We made you a human
Mm-hmm.
again. Number two, all right, we gave you 8 hours. Yo, 8 hours is up and we ain't heard from you. We coming to collect, homie. And then
Mm-hmm.
John Walk, you don't, if there's one thing you don't do to, you shouldn't do it to anyone, but don't you ever do it to me, and you definitely don't do it to a Black woman, is take your fingers and put them like this on their shoulder. I knew they was gonna whoop his ass when he did that. And he deserved it. So it's just like all this patience and restraint that they exhibited, because even they could have took that shield and they didn't.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I want to address something because there were a lot of people last week that were like, "How dare the Dora Milaje put something in
Mm-mm.
Bucky's arm where it'll, that's so disrespectful. Like, why would they do that to him? Why would they not?"
Let's not forget he's good now, but he's a
Yeah,
murderer.
yeah. Like, why would they not have a fail safe to control a super soldier if they ever got out of hand? Like,
Right. It's like taking back the keys to your house from somebody you break up with.
right.
You
I'm gonna need
like
my
it.
keys back. I'm gonna need that
Right.
arm back.
Right. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
contingency. It's a contingency. I do remember that because I saw a comment where it was like they should have been focused on getting Zemo. That's why he got away. If Walker hadn't inserted himself into Dora Milaje business,
He wouldn't have
this
got away.
this would
Mm-hmm.
not have been a thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bucky and Sam were fully prepared to turn him over, and that
Mm-hmm.
would have been the end of it. But he came up there, "Hi, I'm Captain America." And even Aya was like, "No, you not."
Even Sarah was like, "No, you not. That's not my Captain America."
No,
Whose Captain America is this? Like, I have not heard anybody so far on the show be like, "Yep, that's my
yeah,
Captain America."
that's
Woo, go John Walker. Like,
right.
is anybody for you, bro? Except for Lamar and I guess maybe his wife, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
But again, it's that arrogance that he has and that lack of diplomacy. There is a better way, even if you are Captain America, there was a better way for you to handle that situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a better way for you to handle a lot of the situations that you're in. And let's not forget, John Walker, you decided to do this one under the book. So you really wasn't even supposed to be there. So anyway, predictions from this episode. I don't, in my heart of hearts, I hope not. I don't think Marmar is dead. So
I think
I,
he's dead.
I don't think
I
he's
don't want
dead.
him to be dead, but he looked dead in the
Uh,
last one.
I don't think.
Um,
I think he's his back is broken like Rhodey's was. That's what I think.
I
So,
guess we'll find out.
uh, what else you got? Any predictions?
I'm hoping that John Walker actually gets in trouble for what happened last episode, killing that a flag smasher in front of everybody with
Mm-hmm.
Captain America's shield. I'm hoping that's the outcome that we see from that. But I won't be surprised if we don't.
It's not.
So
He was killing a terrorist. So I feel like they're gonna fly with that. Um and then I'm wondering, does the Dora ever get back to Zemo? Do they capture Zemo in this series, or does it
that
go
I
to
do know.
another movie? Oh, you know?
I don't know. I don't have to know. I don't have
Oh,
to see this episode to know. The Dora Milaje will catch whoever
they
they
will
need.
catch
They
him,
gonna get their man.
of
It's just a
course.
matter of time. So whether it be in this episode, next episode, a movie down the line,
Yeah,
they gonna
we
get
know,
you.
we know that. We know that. I'm just wondering if we're gonna see it in this season, or if it's gonna expand to something else. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
does he become a part of the Wakanda? What's the series supposed to be called? There is supposed to be a Wakanda series
Yeah.
coming, so maybe that expands over to that. I don't know. I'm here for it. So without further ado, man, I'm ready to jump into this because I feel like Walker got an ass whooping coming his way. I hope
Woo!
so. I
Makes
hope
me feel
so.
all warm and fuzzy inside.
It tickles you.
Uh,
Nah, not really.
no, I wasn't gonna go another way there, but I
Oh,
should probably say that though.
all
Anyways,
right. Well, thank you to everyone who has been liking and subscribing to our channel, and especially following this series. We truly appreciate it. It's fun week after week for us to get up, watch these, do these reactions, and share our thoughts and feelings with you guys. And again, it's also the best way to help us grow and help get our videos out to a broader audience. So we want to say thank you to all of our subs and everybody who has been watching. If you are new, just stumbling across our channel, if you want to stay up to date, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit the like button if you're digging the content, man. It helps us so much. It's such a tremendous impact. And I'm being so serious when I say that. So please make sure that if you are returning week after week, you do hit that sub button so you too can stay up to date with all of our content.
yep.
All right. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 5 reaction starts in 3, 2, 1. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
Did he run?
Yeah.
What a coward! Oh, Lamar told him not to go in there. Oh my goodness. Nice shot.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go to work.
Yo.
He's
This
lost
dude has
his
it.
mind.
Yeah.
Stop, Walker.
You saw what happened. You know what I had to do.
He killed Lamar! If you explain what happened, they may consider your record. You gotta give me the shield, man.
They finna fight.
Oh man.
You don't want to do this. Yeah, we do.
Ooh. I was about to say for a second, I'm surprised he can keep up with them both, but I forgot he is
He
a good
took the-
soldier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
Oh,
pretty-
shit.
Why are you making me do this?
crazy, man.
Oh, his arm. Dragon, Portia, dragon.
Come on, Sam.
I need y'all to take out some legs or some arms or something.
I am Captain America.
Dude is. Oh! It's like Thanos trying
Yeah.
to get the guy.
Ah!
Ah!
I told you, look, take out a leg or an arm, man.
I don't. What's with all the broken bones lately, dude? Like the significance of John Walker ripping off his wings, it's like now Captain America time.
Yeah. But I want him to get his wings back, though.
John F. Walker, it is the order of this council that you are no longer to act in any capacity as a representative of the United States government.
Wow.
I'm so glad he's getting in trouble. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, Senator, I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation.
This is not a negotiation. It is a mandate.
I understand that! I understand that! I only ever did what you told me to be and trained me to do, and I did it.
He's not lying.
Yeah.
You will be given an other than honorable discharge. You will hold no rank in retirement and receive no benefits.
Damn.
Isn't that the dude who gave him the shield in the first place?
Yeah, but
Consider yourself extremely fortunate, Mr. Walker, and
That's-
return the shield to us with expedience.
less than what they did to Isaiah. So he's still.
Well, these boots are not made for walking.
Isn't that Louis Dreyfus?
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, it's
Oh!
Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. You can just call me Val, but don't call me Val. Just keep it in your head.
She's the power broker.
You think so?
Yeah.
Who are you, anyway? You did the right thing. I'll tell you something, it has made you very, very valuable to certain people. By the way, don't worry about the shield. I know you don't have it. Dirty state secret. It doesn't really belong to the government.
Thank you. What I've been saying this whole series,
Right.
that ain't their shield.
I'll be in touch.
Yo,
Tell
they
me
got
that's
the-
not the power broker.
I think you're right, but that's huge. Like, because I think she was in Shield, and I think she was spy for a while in Shield.
There's nothing on.
Yo, there's nothing on the card. She handed him a blank card.
That's the power broker. That has to be.
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember her from the comics. I know she's a spy that was in Shield, and then I think she also a spy for Hydra. I don't know.
I did get Hydra vibes. Zemo.
I'm actually liking Zemo more after this series. I don't know if that's weird, but
I know, right?
I thought you'd be here sooner. The girl has been radicalized. Do what needs to be done.
I appreciate the advice, but we're gonna do it our own way.
I was afraid you would say that.
he not gonna kill you. He's not that Bucky anymore,
Right.
or Winter Soldier. Oh my gosh, imagine if there was like still one bullet left. That would have
In
been
the
horribly
chamber.
wrong. Wait. Dora Milaje?
I hold no grudges for what you thought you had to do. Goodbye, James.
Fix it.
We will take him to the raft, where he will live out his days. It would be prudent to make yourself scarce in Wakanda for the time being, White Wolf.
Fair enough.
In other words, T'Challa said, don't bring yourself out here no for a while.
You know, punishment.
Hey. I may have another favor to ask of you.
You out of favors.
Right. You lucky I ain't dropped you where you stand.
That what I think it is? Leave it covered. Nothing good to me.
He said, don't bring that around here.
I'm glad we get to see Isaiah again.
I know. Love Carl Lumbly. Such a good actor.
She died while I was in jail. They told her I was dead. A handful of us got shot up with different versions of that serum. A couple of the boys get captured on a mission. The brass, talking about blowing the POW camp to hell to hide the evidence. I bust out of the facility one night, and I brought them boys back. And what did I get for saving their lives? 30 years. They experimented on me. There was a nurse. She took pity on me. She had me declared dead.
We gotta tell somebody.
No. You think I wouldn't be dead in a day if you brought me out? They were worried my story might get out. They erased me. They will never let a black man be Captain America. No self-respecting black man. would ever want to be.
He did the same thing as Steve Rogers did when his men were captured. Remember in the first Avenger?
Yeah.
Steve Rogers went and got his men, but instead of being, hailed as being this great hero, he was put in jail and experimented on.
Yeah.
That's some
And
bull.
like, I'm seriously like trying not to like get teary-eyed because that hurts.
And it sounds like they did the same thing with the Tuskegee syphilis study
Yeah.
that they did with the super soldiers serum.
Absolutely. And that was my point earlier. John Walker did all of that and he still just got discharged and showed his ass in the process of doing it.
Yeah.
It was a rough day.
You mean with Isaiah Bradley?
And what they did to him. Trying to figure out what it all means.
As far as the boat is concerned, Mr. Denton backed out. Parts alone in that thing are going to eat up most of what we get back.
Yeah, how many people still owe mom and dad something?
All of them?
It might be time to call in a few of those favors.
Thanks so much, man. Yeah, we still got a bit of usefulness in us. You're welcome.
Who is my boy?
Right? What's that?
I called in a favor from the Wakandans.
What's in the box?
Yo, if he gets a vibranium, oh my gosh.
Look.
Yes. Vibranium outfit and wing.
Open the box now. Yes. Oh shit.
It's like a Rocky montage.
In New York, where the GRC is voting on the controversial Patch Act, difficult times of...
Sorry this took so long. I think we're onto something. All these pings are from places just before the Flag Smashers hit. Earlier today, we got one from New York.
Great work, Joaquin. I'll take it from here.
Do we really need to bother with a vote? I can make a call and have the refugees move now.
Yeah, you should be let go.
Open it. Oh, they're not gonna show us.
No, I saw the white though, and I think I saw some blue in there.
It's finna go off.
I feel like I just want to peek.
I know, like I can raise up. Like,
yeah,
I can see it.
You're taking it all in. Like, this is it.
I want it now. In credit, we gotta make credit, right? It took y'all long enough.
Iron Man. Nope. Bro.
He's making his own shield.
Throw it in the trash. It's not vibranium. It's not gonna work. Throw it in the trash.
When it hit the tree.
He putting his little medals on there.
They didn't have to spray paint the vibrating. Okay.
Wow.
So he done made him his own shield. I'm not mad at you. Like, make
you.
your own shield. Look, you don't get the real one.
Janky shield.
Janky ass. Janky, stanky ass shield.
Right. Wow, that was such a good episode. Last episode, I was like, yeah, that's like the best episode so far, but nope. This one has topped it.
This is a suspense building. Last episode was rah rah, give me what I want. This episode was suspense building because the finale is up next. And they've got some stuff they need to yeah.
So the big, I guess, cameo of this episode was Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, right? So I know a little bit about her. I know she was in S.H.I.E.L.D., and I think she actually dated Nick Fury for a while, but I think she ended up being a spy for Hydra. And then she was actually in Hydra for a while, and I think she actually ended up being a spy in Hydra as well. I don't know, but I think also, if I'm remembering right, I don't know. I want to say Lady Hydra, or is that her name?
That's who I was leaning to. You hit
Yeah.
that right on the head right there. That's who I immediately thought of. But now I'm getting kind of like confused because I'm like, she would be the power broker, right?
I'm
Maybe
thinking
they're
yeah.
linking the two or mixing the two. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm looking for my glasses because my head's starting to hurt. I'll
Old
tough it
man.
out.
Old man Isaiah Bradley looking. Anyways.
Furious
My
Styles.
Furious Styles looking. Okay. Anyways, though, but yeah. So they have big plans for her. I know that just wasn't a one-time cameo. Even if she is the power broker, at some point they are going to bring her back. And I think I actually heard that before this episode, that they were whoever was cameoing in
You
this
know what?
episode, they were going to bring them back into the future of the MCU, which I completely understand that with Julia Louis-Dreyfus being the great actress that she is. Heck yeah, don't waste that.
As soon as you said that, I remembered. I was like, "Yep, that's the cameo." Because I think I got faked out by Paul Bettany. But as soon as she said that, I was like, "No, they wouldn't do that. This is the cameo they were talking about." Because she's immediately recognizable. As soon as she walked on the screen, I'm like, "That's the power broker. That's her."
Yeah.
That's
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm thinking back to where she was like, "Who are you?" And she handed this woman a fake, like a blank card, and she was just sitting there like,
"Yo,
what's going on?"
For real, we gotta unpack this episode because there were so many meaningful things that happened in this episode. Like from start to finish, that bullshit with Walker, and again the comparisons between Steve Rogers, Isaiah Bradley, and then Walker.
Yeah.
And you just see what a difference in punishment. Now, I'm glad he got in trouble. That I was very happy to see, and I think it's kind of in line with, based on what we've kind of been seeing on the news a lot this week between George Floyd and the kid in Chicago, the baby in Minnesota. Like, just because you're an authority figure doesn't give you a pass to murder people. Right. And something in my heart just thought he was going to get away with it, that they were going to discharge him, but they were going to spin it. It was a terrorist, yada, yada. They went the whole nine with this one.
They did.
You don't get benefits, nothing.
Right. And it actually surprised me. However, you made a good point though, because it was him, John Walker. They said that, if it wasn't for your exemplary record, it would have been worse. Nah, bro. If you weren't that color that you are, you would have been just like Isaiah Bradley, put in prison and experimented on.
Yeah. And how sad is that? Because we knew the story was sad. It got even more tragic with this episode when you hear from his lips to our ears, like what he actually got in trouble for. And it's not surprising. I'm not shocked. I think it's like one of those things that just pisses you off, because it's like you can clearly see these parallel situations, and you got in trouble for that. They basically locked you under the jail, treated you as a subhuman. Somebody took pity upon you in the hospital and faked your death for you.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even let you be in jail and communicate with your wife. Like, what?
Yeah. And I feel like in that conversation though, because he was starting off with saying he was going to say something about his wife, but then he was like, you wanted to know what happened, and he started telling his whole story. So I kind of felt like he had something to say there. I'm not sure if that's going to come up later. Maybe I don't know, maybe with his grandson, because he is like, what is it, Young Patriot or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, that whole story just reeked of Tuskegee experiments. And it makes me mad to hear that he did the exact same thing as Steve Rogers did. went into, the Hydra camp or whatever camp, Nazi camp, saved his people, came back. Steve was basically, after doing that, yay, Captain America, woo, we love you. No, Isaiah Bradley does the same thing, goes to save his men in a POW camp,
Right.
put in jail, experimented on. And I'm just like, how do you get those two different results out of the exact same situation?
And at the end of the day, think about this. You guys invaded their bodies with drugs and poisons. You killed however many of them because it was unstable. Isaiah was lucky because he bonded with it, and he went back to save his friends and basically got nothing. He recovered military assets.
Yeah.
If we're thinking in terms of the military, he recovered valuable assets whose bodies, if they would have gotten into the wrong hands, who knows what would have happened with them. And he still got put under the jail. And their thought process, they were just going to bomb the camp.
Yeah.
And burn the evidence.
Be done with it. And yeah.
So termination, they treated termination as a more plausible result versus recovery. And I'm like,
and it's still so sad to hear that even though Isaiah did go to that POW camp, did save those men, that they all ended up still dying because of the side effects of the serum. So,
and that's where the little bit of sympathy, there's a little bit of sympathy for Walker, because he wasn't lying when he said, you built me, you told me what to do, you trained me, you wanted me to do this and I did it, and now you're punishing me. Yeah. Little bit of sympathy because he's not lying, but again, homie, you went to the extreme and you're lying about what happened. Yes, you're a liar.
Yeah.
And showed his ass in front of all the officers and walked away before they were done speaking with him.
Yep. Also, I do get I feel a little bit of sympathy for John as well, because you saw in the very beginning of the episode where they went into that building. I think there was flashes of Lamar was like, just chill, let's wait, let's not rush into it. So, and I think he ignored that and just went in. And so now basically it's his fault that Lamar is dead at this point. And I think they actually confirmed that. Well, I'm not going to say that. It's Marvel. Everybody was treating it. Yeah, everybody was treating him like he was dead. So I'm going to say he's dead at the moment.
Because here's the double meaning of what Bucky said. He was like, he killed Lamar, and he's like, no, he didn't. Well, that doesn't mean that's a lie, number one, because we know Carly was the one who pushed him. But number two, they didn't necessarily say he was like dead. He didn't say, no, you didn't. Carly did. He said, no, he's not.
Yeah.
So I know that's picking, but
he didn't say no, it's not. He said, I think he did say no, he didn't. But
he did say no,
still,
but again, it's the same.
The wording,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still tricky wording.
It's open. It was said that way on purpose. It's open.
Yeah. So we get this whole time where Sam and Bucky and Sarah and Sam's nephews are all back in Louisiana fixing up the boat. And I like the parallels of how they showed Sarah changing her mind about what to do with the boat, just kind of like how Sam changed his mind about being Captain America. But I also I just enjoyed those scenes simply because, like, hey, I'm Bucky. Oh, hey, I'm Sarah.
Now you know damn well. Like, big brothers clock shit like that. Like, hey, stay away from my sister.
Yeah. like, give it a year and Sam will be introducing Bucky like, this is my brother-in-law, Bucky. Like, I seriously think that.
And you know what the other part of it? Sarah ain't slick either. She was like, hey. Like, girl,
hey. But I also did like that Bucky finally found the right person to talk to about what was going on with him, because we got the scenes in earlier episodes where he was talking to this psychiatrist. Even and that might have been what Sam was talking about when they went in together for that session with the psychiatrist. Like, I don't have, like, he was frustrated. He was like, I don't have time for this. Like, I don't even know what you're like, this is going to help, because he has dealt in those situations. Remember when Steve Rogers met him, he was a veteran counselor.
Yeah.
So I think Bucky finally found the right person to talk to in Sam, and all he needed to do was just kind of just be like, hey Sam, like, be friends, like, answer his phone calls, answer his text message.
Yeah.
And I think I really like how they kind of like not fixed each other's situations, but were able to give each other advice in terms of what their next steps are in their life.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. And then I also think that, like, even just kind of going back to the scene with the Doras, Zemo and Bucky, you know, and again, there's this level of diplomacy happening. Like, yeah, you know, we don't hate each other. Like, we got a little beef right now. Don't let us catch you on Wakanda Ave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a level of respect. And you see the same thing between Bucky and Sam. It's always been there, but it seems like now Bucky is starting to realize, like, dude, you've got family. You thought the shield was the only thing you had left, or the book or whatever, to be family. You really got a pretty awesome family, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You just need to open your eyes and see it. And hopefully the way moving forward, he starts to operate a little bit differently. Because I think that was his lesson to learn with this season, with the support, knowing what Io has done for him, you know, seeing Sam, now they have to interact outside of Steve Rogers. I'm hoping that he starts to realize that this is your real family, and please move accordingly moving forward. You know, have our back the way we have your back, because I was like, the audacity of you to ask Io for a favor, but the favor was for Sam.
Yeah,
and
it was for
I
Sam.
want what's in the box. I need what's in the box. What's in the box?
Right. Oh man, that's going to be so awesome next week.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to, because you did actually mention the whole Zemo and, you know, the Dora Milaje saying, you know, they're going to take him to the raft, which I hear thunderbolts. Like, I feel like that's the next logical step for him. I'm sorry, I just want to throw that out there.
No, it was definitely one of those things that I was like,
Yeah, it surprised me at first. I was like, wait, why wouldn't they take him back to Wakanda? But I think simply because they're trying to set up the Thunderbolts, that's why, like, we're taking him to the raft. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what y'all doing. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah.
Jeez, that Isaiah story just hits.
Yeah.
It hits. And I like what they did, because I think that also kind of played into Bucky's realization of, he didn't understand what a black Captain America would be in this day and age, and how that would work. So I appreciated that, because I feel like from when the season started, the encounter with the police up to this point, he's starting to understand. Even though before he knew about Isaiah, I just don't think it clicked until it became personal with Sam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, there was another parallel. God damn, my brain just shut down. I'm gonna kick it to you. Kick to something else, and then I'm gonna come back.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this raggedy shield that
you can't
John Walker made at the end.
You can't use Rust-Oleum on the shield.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how long that's gonna last, because I don't know. It might be a good shield. I don't know. And he put his little medals on it. We'll see. But like,
he had a little Rust-Oleum sprayer with
right. I was like, he looked like a little kid. Like, oh, that's my favorite superhero. I'm gonna make my own shield.
Cosplay. He was cosplay. Not even. Well, I'm not gonna say it wasn't good cosplay. I ain't seen it yet, but whatever.
Yeah. It might be a good shield, though. I don't know. I'm just really interested to see in the final episode how long that shield, if that shield is going to make it through the final battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
With so much vibranium going around, because if that suit is vibranium, that Falcon suit is vibranium, boy.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember what I was gonna say. So the other thing about Isaiah's story, I started to get a little irritated with Sam just a little bit.
Oh, why is that?
Because when Isaiah's telling his story, he's kind of like, it's not like that anymore, you know, and Isaiah's like, man, like, I'm trying to show you I used to believe in that shit also.
Yeah.
And I think it speaks to how, again, patriotism looks different for different people. You know what I mean? But I also like the fact that Sam took that knowledge, ingested it, and then kind of came to the conclusion that, well, this is what happens with you. I want to take a different path. This is what I want to do. But, oops, sorry. But I'm going to make this work, and I'm going to make it work for me because no joke, I'm the shit. I'm the best man for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he didn't let it, he took it into consideration. He's got it in his head now. He knows how to move with that information in his head, but he's not going to turn down the opportunity to save the world. Because at the end of the day, that's what they do.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who he is. And you can see him undertaking all that in that last scene, just processing everything that he's about to do. And he's like just getting himself ready. One last thing I want to say about this suit, how badass would it be if it was like how T'Challa's suit went on?
Yeah.
Like he just had a necklace and he'd just be like, I'm sorry.
Like what his wings do? Like you know, Shuri hooked them wings up to where it's not going to be such an ordeal to put. Hold on, I got to put on my jet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So like I could imagine Shuri getting that order, like, "Hey, Falcon need a new suit." Oh, really? I already had something made.
Right.
Up.
Look, you know she was bored one day. Was like, oh, that'll look good.
She was like, these wings are lightweight and they turn on a dime and they shoot daggers out of the feathers. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo.
Awesome. I'm sorry.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Blerd shit. That's the type of shit. That's the type of shit I think about at 3:30 in the morning when I get up to get a glass of water. So I wonder if his suit gonna shoot daggers, like.
Or I think about vampires and stuff. I don't know what else.
Right.
But I mean, that again is Blerd stuff.
Like,
so.
It's all inclusive. But this was.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, can vampires and werewolves cross breeds? That's some of the dumb stuff.
Like, what if? I'm not gonna front. That's how most of my WandaVision theories came about.
Yeah.
I was like, Agnes is faking it. She's a liar. Like, if I was like sent there to keep an eye on somebody, I would have faked that situation too. So that's like the random. So when you guys look and you're like, you guys have way too many theories. Well, yeah, that's the problem with me being an insomniac. That type of shit happens. Like, oh man, it's almost over. I'm a little bit excited and a little bit sad because I've gotten used to kicking it with my boys.
Now, I will say this though, because for WandaVision, the finale of that, I'm not sure if it completely set up a second season. However, I can see Falcon and Winter Soldier being a second season. I can see them coming together again to do this all over again to fight against another person or issue or whatever. So I'm glad. Well, at this point, anyways, I don't know if what the finale is going to have in store for us, but I still feel like we could get a second season of Falcon and Winter Soldier. I do think they actually are planning on doing a second season of Loki already. So we'll see.
I agree. I think WandaVision was a little bit more finite. Leading into, of course, the Doctor Strange movie. To pick it up, and then whatever else shenanigans happens after that, maybe something else comes along. But I think they could stop with WandaVision and not do anything else with it, and it's fine. This one, I think there's so much opportunity to expand, like, again, going into another movie, which was another random thought, but going into another movie, but then what happens after that movie? They find themselves on another adventure? Like, Marvel's got this thing going where they're introducing all these different Captain Americans. I think I sent you one
Yeah.
So
I think
somebody
it's
stole the Captain American shield, and basically Bucky, Sam, Steve, U.S. Agent, are basically trying to figure out who got the shield, and one of the new Captain Americas, who was a black woman, was being framed for it. So I feel like that whole universe, it doesn't necessarily have to be big like Scarlet Witch, but there's still so many stories to explore. You've got Sharon Carter just like, you don't know what she up to. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yep.
I want more. I wouldn't say no to some more of that. But yeah, we got this last episode. It's gonna be a long week, but we are here for it. What did you guys think about this episode? What was your favorite part of this episode? Drop down in the comments. Let us know. Let us know if you're on 10 for next week's episode and if you will be meeting with us. I do think we are doing a live for the finale with RJ over at the Silver Site. So we'll keep you updated on that. It will pop up in the community if you are connected with us on Instagram. I can't talk right now. I'm like hungry and my head's hurting.
I thought you were talking about Mortal Kombat for a second when you said finality, like fatality. I was like, animality, fatality. What are you trying to say?
All right, anyway, I think we are doing a live for the finale with the Silver Site and for the Blurdature. So we'll pop that in the community. Also, if you're not following us on Instagram, you definitely want to do that. Y'all, we've got some different varieties of our t-shirts, and they the bombs, and we're gonna be giving a couple away. So you can't get it if you're not on Instagram. So until next time, we are your host. I am Killer Cam.
And I am Monique.
We'll see you on the next episode of Blerd Up Reacts.
Thanks, guys.